It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Mike Gesicki. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Bengals and the Vikings on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
He's got Mason complete, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You talk about this Bengals defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Buying time to his left. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. To the air with McCarthy. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Mason. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, a confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because He went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And good job of just fighting through 1 tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 18 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Another run for Brown on second down. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Bengals at 6-3 on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This is Brown going up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. You look at this defense for the Vikings. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Quick slant caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 30-yard line. Now Burrow. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. And Burrow going to throw again. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now McCarthy. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. We're scoreless after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On play action, McCarthy. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked second in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On play action, now McCarthy. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Moore, the motion man right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with the loss. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And this one is right through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
11 Thomas, 12, 12,
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Burrow will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. That's taken in by Higgins. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now a short one to Gesicki. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
11.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Play action. It's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
To the air again, Burrow. Did he get the feet down? Yes! Touchdown! Andre Yoshivas. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. For the Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's McCarthy. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
McCarthy off the play fake. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. McCarthy going to throw again. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To the air with McCarthy. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Rondale Moore. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Able to find Higgins. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that answer.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. And Burrow going to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Burrow. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final shot before break. McCarthy, he'll fire deep, looking for more. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 1. An inside give, Brown. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They go play action with Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Burrow will throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Burrow looking to pass. And he comes back with one complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andre Yoshivas with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. McPherson on for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that 1st half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Throwing is McCarthy. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. Finding Hawkinson here on the out route. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But
well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On play action, now McCarthy. Making the catch, this is the tight end Oliver. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Moore, the man in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's McCarthy. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And he'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Rondale Moore, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Bengals drive about to get going. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Now a give left side, Brown with it. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Ball start.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw. McCarthy escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll hand it to Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hockenson. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They defer to Brown to start the drive. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
12, 12, 12. 11, mighty. 11, 11.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bengals have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 4. 1:53 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Gets this to Moore. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
He finds his man complete. It's Chandler. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He's back to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They come up now on 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. He's got Mason complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Back to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Cincinnati, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.